All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Welcome everyone to the Ablesys webinar. We're on here and we'll go over the Able trend signals, and I'll show you on the chart where to buy, where to sell, what's a stop, where to put your stop loss, and what's a no trade zone. That's the most important thing, is knowing that. And also, if you know how to do that, you'll then know exactly what to do on your charts. And we keep it simple. It's a complex algorithm, but we keep it simple with just colors and dots. And the key is support and resistance. Let's jump in and take a look at the charts. Okay, well, you could use Able Trend for any kind of market that you like. In other words, it's not just for day trading. That's what most people ask us for. That's what most people want to do in the U.S. especially is day trade futures. That's what's most popular. But it doesn't matter to Able Trend. It works just as good for long-term stock trading, daily and weekly charts, even weekly and monthly charts for our retirement accounts. It works great for that. It's actually what I use it mostly for. But I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, you can use it for stocks or futures. You can trade Forex. It's totally meaningless to Able Trend. You just have to have the best price action, and nobody knows what that could possibly be. So it's always the same colors and dots. It's always the same rules. So if you can read one chart, it's just as accurate, and now you know how to read every chart. And the way we read the chart is by colors. Blue bars, blue dots, of course, means blue means up. Blue means the algorithm is telling you the prices should go higher. The odds are greatly in favor, tilted in your favor that it's going to go higher. Green means sideways, and red means down. What we look for is the first red bar with the red dot. That's the sell signal. In this case, this is a daily, weekly stock chart, SNA. So we've got the sell signal there. But because of this blue dot here, and the big dots are the weekly dots. The bigger dots are the weekly, the smaller dots are the daily. They come in once a day. These only come in once per week. So even though there's a blue dot there, you go, oh, there's a red dot here. Oh, I can short it now or buy puts if you trade options, right? No. This dot only comes in once a week. And if it's here, it's still good for the upcoming week. What's the point? The point is you got to wait till the next week. And now we've got triple confirmation. We've got a red bar. We even have the red arrow, which is just an added indicator. It's not a buy or sell signal, but it's an added indicator. And here everything is red. So there's where we're going to buy it. You've got a red price bar. You've got a red weekly dot. You've got a red arrow, and you've got a red daily dot. I mean, it's just, you can't get more odds in your favor than that. That is just really screaming at us to go short or buy puts. And had you done that, this signal came in, I'd say, let's see, 3 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago. The price was at 180, you're down to 149 today. You got yourself a put option on that one, or if you just shorted shares, you got a lot of money in the last couple of weeks using the Able Trend signal. Opposite would be, of course, the blue bars and the blue dots. As long as there's no red dot above to block it from going higher, that's a buy signal back here, and that went up very nicely. So it's really quite simple. When you have all red, we're going short. When you have red bars and red dots and red arrows and everything is red, as long as there's no blue anywhere, because the blue dots are support. They block the prices from going lower. The red dots is resistance. It blocks the price from going higher. And Able Trend is able to see that for us. The algorithm is doing all the calculations. So, it's nice that it's able to see where this hidden or invisible support and resistance is. Those are the dots. So that's what gives us the big advantage, and why it works so well. And it's been so working consistently well for such a long time. Okay, now let's jump into a little more of a short term. Again, doesn't matter to Able Trend. It's just as accurate for any market, any time frames. It's just up to you, whatever you like to trade. Clients in other countries and other places, they like to trade different markets, and that's fine. It'll work just as well for that too. So pretty helpful, that's for sure. That's saying it mildly. Okay, let's jump in. Big day, of course. Well, big down day, but it was even worse at one point. good intraday trading, in the market today. This is the E-mini S&P. Why I've been kind of talking about this one, especially the last couple of weeks, is because the E-mini NASDAQ the prices have been just a little too far away from the dots to get into any trade. We use the 10-point rule for the NASDAQ, meaning the price to the distance between the price and the blue dot, or the price and the red dot. The closer that the price is to the dots, well, the lower your risk, because your stop loss is at the previous lower row of blue dots. For example, if we're in on this trade here, which is a perfect sweet spot, you got blue bar, blue dot, blue X. I just used X's instead of big dots on this chart. I mean, you just got everything screaming at you to buy it there. We want to put the stop loss at the previous lower small blue dot. Previous lower small blue dot. So the point is, on an ES chart, S&P Mini, we like the price to be 3 or less points distance to the blue dot. Now, with this extra volatility, you may need to bump that to 4, meaning we might have a stop loss as much as 5 points away. Okay, that's maximum risk we'll take. Abletrend is a very low risk system. That's what's so good about it. I mean, nobody's going to ever get beat up on any trades. Going to be losing trades, I'll guarantee you. Going to be losing days, I'll guarantee you. Not here to mislead anybody, but if you have the discipline to take the trades, first of all, the patience to wait for the Abletrend trades to come up, and the discipline to take the trades, you have a chance to make a lot of money. I mean, the indicator is up a ridiculous amount of money this year, day trading futures. That's NQ futures. But just lately, it's been a little difficult to get the prices within 10 points of the hidden support and hidden resistance dots, the little red and blue dots. So I noticed ES, because I was looking at ES and NQ at the same time. The ES, which is a lot less volatile, a little slower, not as much profit potential. However, there's more opportunities because the prices are lower risk. The point is, it's lower risk right now in the ES because the prices are a little bit closer to the small dots. And I go over that in detail in the advanced webinar on Thursdays for everybody who has the software. And I just wanted to show you a little bit of an example there. But, again, prices were just, beautiful sell signal at the open. And the market did go down, but risk-wise, it was more risk than we'd like to take because we like to keep it within 3, and you may have to stretch that to 4 because of the increased volatility. So, we've got yourself a classic no trade zone because we never buy if there's a red dot or a red X above. I mean, it just tells you there's resistance there. Can't do it. What Abletrend is telling us here is there's resistance above, there's support below. Don't do anything. The prices are probably going to get stuck in the middle, and it's going to probably be a choppy sideways market. So the software is able to alert us of a choppy market before it happens, not after the fact when you're already beat up. That's another thing. We've got these no trade zones. We only trade like a half to 3/4 of the time that the market's open. I mean, that's another nice thing, is because if it's any chance of sideways or choppy market, it's just not going to do it. Okay, then we've got ourselves a buy signal in here, blue bars, blue dot, blue X, blue everything, and we're out on the red bar. Now, there's only 2 exit rules. An opposite bar, red is down and blue is up. So if we're buying, well, now if we get a red bar, we're out because the red means down. So if we either get a red bar or we would be stopped out, which would be right there. However, it never got to that point. So, maybe we made a point or 2 on that trade. The point I'm trying to make is there's only 2 exit rules. Otherwise, you stay in the trade. You're safe. You got the blue dots below. It means you're in an uptrend. Stay in the trade. You've got a wall of support protection under the price. You're safe. Same way when you have red dots, it means you're in a downtrend and you have protection above the price. However, we don't even think about touching this. We don't go short. There's blue X below. The same way we didn't buy if there's a red X above. What's the point? We just don't want any X in our way. If we're buying, obviously we want it to go up. We just don't want any dots or X's or anything to block it from going higher because the dots and the X's block the prices. Again, it's the hidden support resistance that our software can see. So that's obviously very important to know where support resistance is. This is a triple confirmation sell signal right here. We're going to lose, I call it 2 points on that trade because we're stopped out there. previous higher red dot when we're short, just like the previous lower blue dot is where our stop loss goes when we're long. Okay, we got a nice sweet spot here. A sweet spot is a pullback back down to the blue dots, and the bar goes from green to blue. The close of that blue bar, that's a really low risk trade because your stop loss is right there. So even if we lose, we got 3 points at risk. In the trading world, not a big risk. And that one went up very nicely until we got out over here. And that was about a 5, it's actually 6, but I'll call it 5 because I actually like to say that the losses were less than they actually were, and exaggerate say the gains are actually less and exaggerate the losses, unlike what everybody else does and tries to trick everybody. So, that was a nice trade there. Obvious no trade zone here, red and blue dots at the same time. It just means that the two time frames are opposite each other. They're not in agreement. Red and blue are opposites. You got red dots resistance above. You got support below on the higher time frame. Leave it alone. It's too risky. The software is telling it's going to go sideways. That's exactly what it did. Okay, we've got another triple confirmation buy signal there. If you missed it, you have another chance here. Because again, the prices are close enough to the blue dot, which our stop loss is just a little bit under that. So no big risk. We just won't take a trade if it's got too much risk on the trade. That one was about a break even. However, most of our clients are trading, anywhere from 1 to 50 contracts. And we say if you any more than one contract, take profit on the bands. That's what the bands are for. They're strictly for taking profit. If you're in the trade, you got some profit on this one, you'd have about 6 points profit. I mean, that's $300 in 10 minutes using Able Trend Signal. I don't think nobody would be unhappy with that. Take a little piece of your trade off when it hits the band. Same way when you're short, if it hits the bottom band, take some profit. Obvious no trade zone here. Now these are two sweet spots right there. They're just too far from the dots again. 4 max, 3 preferable. So we're going to use the 4-point rule because of the increased volatility. That's a trade right there. We lost 2 points on that trade. A valid trade, red bar, red dot, red X. Started to go down, turned around, went up. We have the blue bar with the blue dot out. Can't go long here because again, these dots, these X's only come in every 3 bars. They don't come in over every bar. You're not going to get an X over every bar or an X under every bar. It's a 1 minute, 3 minute combination chart. We've got 2 time frames combined into one chart and 2 different Able Trend algorithms into one chart. Unless it all comes together, no trade. That's simple. We're just not going to do it. Okay, you've got a triple confirm. Well, know what? I'm sorry, we don't. That's just too far. Here's where we're into that trade, right there. The prices pull back down. Again, this is another textbook Able Trend sweet spot. The prices pull back down. You get the bars go green. They come back down to support, touch the dot at support dot, bounce off of it, and goes back to blue. When it goes green, which is neutral, to blue, get your finger on the button because that's a good low risk trade. High profit potential, low risk trade. And about 15 minutes later, that one worked out well. You got yourself about 8 points. That's $400 in 15 minutes using Able Trend Signal, trading just one lot. And then we're completely out of the trade here on the red bar, red dot for another nice gain. And that one worked out really well. Now it's the end of the day. It's just about 4 o'clock Eastern time, 1 Pacific. You got yourself an obvious no trade zone, red dots above, blue below. Software says stay away. It's the end of the day anyhow. So big winning day today, using the signals on ES. It's a good day on NQ2. There just aren't as many trades, and we have to have trades. Josie says, why using the 1-3? We've been using 1-3 now for 2 years, Josie. We've been using 1-3 now, about a year and a half. We've been using the 1-3 chart. Ken says, you read my mind, was going to ask you about NQ. Yeah, okay, yeah. It's just been too risky, and that's why I've been talking about ES for the past 2 weeks. CL was good today too. You're right, Sean. Sean says CL was good today. It was. There were some nice moves in CL. On the 1 minute, 3 minute, there were some nice Able Trend signals today on the 1 minute, 3 minute CL chart. I'll bring that up real quick. Here we go. Good job, Sean. I mean, nice, really nice, sell signal right in this area right here. I mean, that's just a perfect sweet spot. I don't care if this is crude oil. We're looking at Apple. I don't care if this is a day trading chart or if it's a long-term position chart. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful sweet spot right there. That's what you want to look for on your chart. That's the point of the webinar. I want to show you what you should be seeing on your chart to take advantage of these able trend signals. I mean, that's the whole purpose of it. And that was a really nice little trade right in there. It was a couple of good trades, actually. It was just a super, super trade. I mean, really unbelievable. Right about 10:45 Eastern, where you have a quadruple sell signal. You got a red bar, you got a red dot, you got a red X, and a red dot, big red dot, small red dot, red arrow, and a red bar. I mean, that's just mind-boggling how low risk that is, and how strong of a sell signal Able Trend is basically screaming at us there to short it. Unbelievable. Yeah, Sid's saying last week the model showed a losing. It actually did. The model actually did. Good to hear you did. You had profit for the week. Good job on your part, Sid. But we keep it very very strict, very conservative, and we actually in the model we actually kind of exaggerate the losses a little bit, and maybe shorten up the gains, which is again opposite of what everybody else does, because they're trying to fool everybody and make it look better than it actually is. We just want to make it very realistic. Yeah, unbelievable. This was the big trade of the day in CL. I mean, that's just scary. Again, you got red dots above. Stay short. You're safe. Don't get stopped out here. Stop loss goes at the second higher or previous higher. Red dot, down and away. Finally out over here. That was crazy. What a move that was. Unbelievable. Definitely take some profit here. You're hitting the pay-in. And again here for all you multi-lot traders. And that was a big time move right over there. I mean, you're looking at a $1.10 winner. Actually, it's a little more, but I'm shortening that up. It was a $1.10 winner Able Trend gave you, me, and everybody else who had the software and had the discipline to take the trade. That's $1,100 trade in 2 hours. Actually, an hour and a half. I'm trading a long contract, so really, really good stuff. Okay, got to run, everyone. Thanks for being here. I hope I was helpful. You got the one month trial. If you haven't done that so yet, I don't know what you could more realistically be asking for than these signals, low risk signals, consistent signals, not a lucky day or a lucky year. They'll definitely be losing trades. It's definitely risk in trading, and they'll certainly be losing trades. But you get days like this, and it's a lot of fun. That's for sure. And there were losing days last week, as I showed you in the webinar. I mean, it's going to happen. So I don't want to mislead anyone. But good stuff here, and we have the biggest sale of the year going on. Everybody waits for this one. We only do it once a year, and it's the lowest price of the year. So there's no better time to try Able Trend if you haven't tried that, because you will get the lowest price of the year, and it's only done once a year. So on a 1-year license or a permanent lifetime license. So a good time to try it. I'm here to help. Thanks everyone for being here.